Hi friends, welcome to the very first episode of, I'm going to call it my YouTube channel first, because at first it was a podcast, but then I had people telling me, well, you can't have a 20-minute podcast, and I was like, well, why not? But I guess that's not the case, but which is true. I kind of understand what they're saying, and to be fair, I am the type of person to not want to do just one thing with anything that I do in my life. So I'm not gonna call it a podcast. I'm not gonna call it whatever. I'm just gonna call it I'm Always Wondering. It was gonna be I'm Always Wondering podcast, but because of what I just said, we're not gonna call it a podcast. And I guess like the reason why I'm even doing this is to, one, conquer my fear of public speaking, because I hate public speaking. There's a reason for that, and we'll get into that later. But I just want this to be a place where I can figure out all the things that I want to do in real time. This is mainly just for me to just be able to prove to myself that I can do scary things like publicly speak, like share my interests and all that good stuff. But yeah, I don't know. This is exciting to me because there's so many things that I want to do in this little life of mine, and why not start? Sorry, I got a text. Why not start here? You know? So my name is Lourdes. I'm 19, and I just finished my freshman year of college, and I just finished my freshman year of college, and I'm just taking the summer to figure out what it is that I want to do, if my major is right for me, whatever. And I wanted to do this, and I think that this is gonna, I don't know, be fun for me and helpful, because like I said, there's so many things that I want to do. I need to narrow it down. I need to narrow it down to something, or maybe I don't need to narrow it down to just one thing, but I feel like I need to be cohesive about all the things that I want to do, and I feel like I'm not at that point yet. So I guess you could say that my channel will be just a mix of everything, really. Part of it, I want to do podcast work because I love the idea of having a podcast, a solo podcast especially. And obviously I'll have like guests on it too, like family members, cousins, friends, whatever. I'll definitely do that. But then I also love the idea of doing makeup. Oh my God, can I speak? I love the idea of doing makeup reviews, book reviews. I'm a big reader. I love books. Maybe like writing like scripts in a movie for a day, because I am a screenwriting major, and that is also something that I really, really love to do, and I need to get more deeply back into, because I think my fear of failure has been overtaking my love for writing, and that's not it's not the vibe. That's what it is. But yeah, so I guess maybe this should just be an intro video for my entire channel as a whole, and not just my podcast. But like I said, the name of my channel podcast, it's not a podcast, but whatever it is, I'm Always Wondering. And I don't know, I think that just speaks to who I am as a person, because I'm 19, and I feel like there's so many things that I want to do, so many things that I don't know about and that I want to learn about. And what better way to figure that out than now and in real time on camera. And then a big part of it is that I have like the biggest fear of public speaking. Obviously I'm the only person in the room, so it's not that crazy hard, but if you see me present, you can tell like I it's so hard for me to do. So this is also for me to kind of get over my fear of speaking not publicly, like I'm literally in my room by myself, but just speaking my truth and not being so scared to get choked up and stuff. But yeah, I guess that's like a little bit about me. Oop, no, I didn't turn off. That's a little bit about me. Yeah, that's like pretty much it. I'm trying to think of other things to talk about, but I feel like this video should just be about me. Who wouldn't want to hear about me? Whatever. I'm a bit of a goofy gal. If you ask any of my friends, I'm a bit of a jokester, crackster of the sorts. Yeah, my favorite color is pink, if you can't tell. What else? I minor in Mandarin. I love learning Mandarin. It's my favorite thing in the whole world. I bought the textbook that they gave us, that you had to rent for school. I bought it so I could practice it over the summer. And I think that's what I'm going to do after I finish recording this. Practice some of it, because I missed like learning Chinese every day or every other day. It was so good. trying to think what else. Where I'm from, I'm like originally from New York, but I'm kind of in between New York, Colorado, and LA throughout the years, so I can't really claim a hometown. I mean, I'm from New York, but that's really it. I'm trying to think what else. I already said my favorite color. What am I into? I love clothes. I have a disgusting purchasing addiction, shopping addiction, on whether it's online or in store. I love that shit. I love going shopping. I love eating. Eating food is my favorite. I love going out to restaurants and eating food and whatnot. I love like things. Like I love attractions. I love museums. I love amusement parks. I love zoos, but like I can't say that publicly because I know they're abused in there. But I love a good zoo. I'm trying to think what else. I love traveling. That's part of the reason why I'm in between so many different places. I love traveling. I love traveling by myself. I love being on the plane. I love being on the airport. I don't know, I just love landing somewhere new. That's like my favorite thing. That's pretty much like it about, well, I mean, that's not it. There's so much to unlock with me, but not that anybody gives a fuck, but yeah, I have my like you'll see my trusty little notebook a lot because there's like speaking notes that I have in here, and I guess I can read off some of it because when I first started like recording this, I wanted it to be about like the whole premise of I'm always wondering is to be wondering about something for each episode. So for instance, the first episode theme would be, I'm always wondering how to trust myself. That was what I had written in my book. And I think I really don't need to make a whole tidbit about it, but I think at this point it's really, really difficult for me at least, to be able to trust that I can do scary things like start a podcast or present in class. Like that stuff terrifies me. But I'm also somebody that wants so much for myself that I can't let fear get in the way of that. So, and I'm kind of sick and tired of letting fear keep me from doing the things that I want to do. So I'm starting with this YouTube video / podcast, and I hope it helps me be able to push myself when I eventually go back to school. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, I talked about comparison in my trusty notebook, and I guess this is like a big jump from all the other crap that I was talking about, but just to keep some sort of ground, like I want this video to just be an intro about why I'm doing this YouTube video in the first place, because like there should be a reason, right? Or no reason at all, it doesn't matter, we don't judge. But I think I've been so caught up, and this is the phone, it's the phones that does it. I need to delete everything and anything, but I think comparison is such a thief of like self-confidence, but in literally anything that I do. I think whenever I'm in class or whenever I'm outside and I'll be thinking to myself of like ideas that I have, or thoughts that I have on whether it's in class and I have a thought about a certain passage, or I have a thought about a book or whatever it may be, and I'm confident in what I have to say, but then let's say somebody else has a different way of thinking, or let's say somebody else has a different idea for a script, or let's say somebody else has I don't know, like a different sense of style, like literally anything, my brain immediately goes into panic mode and is like, well, why didn't you think that way? Well, why didn't you have that thought about that line for the script? Or why didn't you have that thought of, I don't know, whatever. You know what I mean? And that is like the pinnacle of where I'm at. I think that's exactly what I would declare my headspace is at right now. Like for me, I just am never, I can't just, it's not that I want to settle, but I can't be happy with myself. Like, I don't know if is that crazy to say? It might be crazy to say, but I feel like I'm never, ever, ever happy with the work that I put in. You know what I mean? And I'll be trying, but I'm always wondering, again, I'm always wondering, why can't I do this or that, and I feel like it's always good to be better and to want to be better for yourself or whatever, but when it comes to being better to compete with other people, you can't really do that. There's no point, but yeah, so I think part of the reason why I want to do this podcast is so I can put my things, just me, just coming from Lord as just me, my things out there, whether it be whatever, like reviews of books, reviews of my own script work or short stories, or reviews of makeup or whatever it may be. I feel like for me, I have to start honing in on me and not what everybody else is doing, because I think that's what's keeping me from opening my computer and starting a new script, or from opening my Chinese book. Even though I love Mandarin, I literally Mandarin like changed the way that my whole perspective when I went to school. That's what's keeping me from opening up my book and starting to practice, because what if I'm not good? You know what I mean? Like that stuff, what if I'm not as good as the next person? That type of stuff keeps me from doing the things that I love, and I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick and tired of living, of just like feeling that way, because it's not fun. Like you're never ever ever happy ever at all. But yeah, so I think this whole podcast, this whole YouTube video thing is purely just so I can get over my fear of, literally, I couldn't even put a finger on what it is that I'm afraid of, but it's still in my, like, in my chest, like, in my body. It needs to get rid. I'm too old for that. I'm too old for it. But yeah, I don't know if you can hear, but my laundry's done. But yeah, I just really want this to be a space where I can, for me, and for other people too, welcome, right? You know, I just need to get over my fears of literally everything. Like, I'm so, like, who is scared anymore? It's 2026. Like, we need to start, we just should start going. Just go, just do. Like, I can't wait. Like, procrastination is my biggest op, and she's beating me. She's the op, whatever. But I just need to just start doing. And hopefully I can build from that, because obviously right now it's definitely, I actually had an entire video filmed before this, but I lost it because people were trying to take my money on an editing software, and I'm not doing that. But moral of the story is I'm like a little bit more relaxed. My other video was horrendous, but I'm a little bit more relaxed now. So but long story short, I just really want this to be a space where I can just figure out all the things that I want to figure out about myself, so that I can start feeling more confident and secure, you know? And that could look like a lot of things. Another thing is I want to get a job. Like, I've had a job before, but ever since I went to school, right, I was like, oh, like, let me get rid of my hometown job so I can, you know, go work somewhere cooler. Nope. Job market, heinous, awful, atrocious. I've been out of work for who knows how long, living fully off of my parents' funding. But, like, it's fine, it's okay, because I'm getting back into it. But yeah, finding a job for myself because I love working. There's nothing more than I love is like going in for a shift, clocking in and clocking out after doing full day of service. Like, that is my favorite thing in the whole wide world. It makes me feel so structured. And I honestly think I think having a job made me get my work done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. There's just something about having a job that I miss so deeply much. But yeah, finding a job, just like being more in tune with like beauty care and stuff like that. Those are all things that I want to explore, you know? I want to explore like my relationships with different people. Like, there's a tidbit about me. I genuinely think any man is the scariest species on planet Earth, and I would love to try and explore that, you know what I mean? Not explore that, because I don't really care about that. I mean, I do, but I don't. But like, I just want to wonder why I get so deeply horrified whenever I cross a man, you know? But I love dudes. Like, you gotta love guys. They're a part of the club too. Anybody's welcome here. Always. It's sunshine and rainbows in this corner of my wonder world. Maybe that's what I should call it, wonder world. No, my friends would think that that's genuinely the stupidest thing on planet Earth. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I just really want this to be a place where I can figure my crap out. Like, genuinely, like, this is all it's gonna be, just me figuring myself out. Like, that's it. Because I was a person that talked to myself, and I get it from my mom. Like, I always talk to myself, like, fully. And people thought think I was crazy, but it's fine. Like, but this is like me doing it, but it's not as creepy anymore because I'm not doing it to a wall. I'm doing it to a screen, so it's much better. But yeah, I just want this, like, obviously, like, I had plans for this to be a solo podcast, but if it's not a solo podcast, oh well. It can be whatever I want it to be. It can be a podcast. It can be, I'm not really big on vlogging. I don't really like doing that, but I do love the idea. Oop, daddy's calling me. Hold on 1 second. I can pause. So, one thing that teachers, I fear, always said in school, like, even now, they were always like, oh, make sure you ask your questions, because it's 9 times out of 10 there's going to be somebody with the same question as you. And that's the sort of mindset. And I don't know why I didn't talk about this for the rest of the episode. You can tell I'm nervous because I don't say all the things that I want to say, but whatever, we're going to fix that. But that's kind of the mindset that I want to have going into this, because like I said, there's so many things that I don't know and that I have so many questions about. And this is me being in class, right? And asking the stupid questions and asking, whatever it is that I don't know or I want to learn about. There's probably likely going to be somebody else that also has the same inquisitions as me. So that's kind of what I want to, obviously that's what I want it to be. Obviously this is for, like I just said, I spent the whole video talking about how I need to be more confident and trust myself more and yada, yada, yada. But there's obviously going to be somebody else who's in the same position as me, because I'm 19, we're 19. Like, you can't have it all figured out right now. There's no possible way you can have it figured out right now, and age is such a scary thing. Like, I'm bored. I'm not almost 20, but I'm almost 20. Like, my birthday's still pretty far from now, but like turning 20 is like doomsday to me, because if I'm not eating up with my own house, family, kid, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously I don't need to have all those things by 20 years old, but I would like to have some sort of clarity, and I feel like that's a universal experience, at least for another person outside of myself, but yeah, I just hope that this can be obviously helpful for me, but I genuinely believe that if you have to be the one to ask the silly questions, be that person. Like, you're gonna help somebody else out regardless, but yeah, all are welcome. Come join my Wonder Corner. And I think that'll be it. That's a pretty good sign off, I think, right? Yeah, my next episode will be something cool and interesting, so stay tuned.